Paul Vaden has quietly snuck up junior middleweight division. He's won all 22 of his fights, risen to number 2 in the world. Last time out, a knockout, something he doesn't necessarily go after. For Vaden, only one thing matters.
Most important for me to win, because you're not going to always be able to knock out everyone. And the fact that I show that I can go rounds. I mean, I love going rounds. I mean, I skipped from 8 rounds and went to straight to, I never went 10 full rounds and went to 12 rounds in succession, 2 consecutive matches. I can go rounds. When you show that you have the stamina to do and get stronger as the match goes on, I think that's shows more of your repertoire.
Yeah, still schooling. Paul Vaden has done his homework. Power rules, but speed beats power. And in pro fights, Paul Vaden has an opportunity to use his speed.
And tonight could be a very interesting test versus Ruben Bell. Dissing Vaden from the moment he arrived here in Atlantic City. The 21-year-old Bell from D.C. has won his first 12, 9 by knockout, and he says that he will add Vaden to that KO list.
Intimidation ain't in my vocabulary. Intimidation. I mean, just because he ranked number 2 in the world by the IBF, I mean, he just overrated. That's all. And for this fight, he overconfident, and that's an advantage for me. Coming in overconfident, get knocked out quick.
Oh, it's great to have confidence, but that doesn't win fights. Ruben stepping up in competition tonight, but he comes into this fight with a lot on his mind and a lot to prove.
And on the Castrol tail of the tape, he also recognizes he gives away a lot to the boxer Paul Vaden, who is 5 inches taller and has a 6-inch reach advantage. We are in Atlantic City, and here are the rules in New Jersey. Standing 8 count is in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell in any of the scoring, the 10-point must scoring system. We're ready for the introduction, so into the ring to the dapper Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Merv Griffin's Resorts of Atlantic City, the action continues as Main Events and Budweiser present a special 10-round bout between 2 undefeated junior middleweights. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Tony Perez. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trimmed in silver, weighing in at 106 pounds. From our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., he brings his undefeated record of 12-0, 9 KOs into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ruben Bell. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, trimmed in white, weighing in at 155 pounds. From San Diego, California, his undefeated record 22-0 with 11 KOs, and he currently holds the IBF Intercontinental Junior Middleweight title not on the line tonight. Introducing Paul, the Ultimate Vaden.
You already got your instructions in the weighing. 2 things you must remember. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Right? And good luck to us.
Paul Vaden could be 1 fight away from a possible world title fight against Vincent Petway, the IBF champion, and he steps in the ring knowing that. And knowing that Ruben Bell, who does present quite a risk, but his management feels that he needs a hard fight, that reality check, before challenging for a world title. Paul Vaden has faced only 1 top 10 fighter, and that was comebacking 33-year-old John Montes, who was Denver 7. So Paul Vaden, who has been pretty well protected, needs the competition, and he'll get it all from Ruben Bell, who goes right at Paul Vaden.
Oh yeah, Ruben Bell is a consummate pro. Ruben Bell has been sparring with Daryl Coley, number 3 welterweight in the world, in the gym. He has had great work, and he comes in this fight in terrific condition.
He had 10 fights in 1994, kind of toned it down. This is only his 2nd fight in 95, but he has fought only 47 rounds. This is his 13th fight. He's taken 9 guys out, 5 of them in the first round, and he's trying to figure out Paul Vaden now, who is very smart in the ring, very practical, very patient, And Vaden says that he does have the offense, but he lacks defense, and that I will get him. I will get my punches in. I will get that opportunity somewhere along the line in 10 rounds.
Ruben Bell describes his style like Mike Tyson. He says, I bob and weave. I like to get inside. Bell's best punch, he says, left hook. He is naturally left-handed, but he boxes right-handed. It is a little bit deceiving when you see a fighter like Bell. More power in that left hand, but he boxes from the right-handed stance. Most right-handers have their power in that right, but there is swing and a miss from Bell with that left hook. Vaden style, he says, I'm not a puncher. I know I'm a boxer. His biggest attribute is his speed. Vaden's best punch is uppercut.
And Vaden is really studying Ruben Bell.
Yeah, great focus from Paul Vaden. Real concentration.
As an amateur, Vaden won 327 fights against 10 defeats. He made it to the quarterfinals of the 1988 Olympic trials, losing to the eventual champion and the gold medal winner, Kenny Gould.
Fought Chris Bird in the amateurs, who we'll see next week. Trevor Burbick.
Chris Bird has grown up into a heavyweight there. There's that left by Ruben Bell, the 21-year-old out of Washington, D.C.
Vaden says he's still my best friend, talking about Chris Bird. Said I talked to him. Gets a lot of advice from Chris Bird.
Well, there are many nicknames in boxing, and Ruben Bell is the one and only Rat Man. Nicknamed Rat Man since he was a youngster, and he says he doesn't exactly know why, but he wears it proudly on his trunks. First round action of this junior middleweight fight. Both fighters undefeated coming into this one. Paul Vaden on the right. He's the #2 ranking in the world.
Macho time.
The Macho Man, Hector, with his wife Amy and little MC.
Macho time.
Macho Camacho, who will be in action Saturday night. Big fights here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. He goes up against Homer Gibbons on the undercard of Evander Holyfield versus Ray Mercer. Macho trying to work his way now up through the welterweight division.
Maybe one in Holyfield one day. Just work his way all up there.
Well, he's getting worked up about this fight tomorrow night, but he is. Last few times we've seen him, he's hungry again. He's got the fire and looking pretty good. Second round action here of undefeated junior middleweights. Paul Vaden, the 27-year-old out of San Diego, in the black trunks and the white trim with his back to you. 22-0, he'd 11 KOs, including his last 2 fights. And Ruben Bell, the 21-year-old out of Washington, D.C. He's won all 12 of his fights, 9 by knockout. And he is coming in here right now to try to leap into the top 10, because Vaden is ranked #2 by the IBF, #8 by the WBC, #9 by the WBA.
And Ruben Bell unrated. Ruben Bell's doing a wonderful thing, getting down low. Whoa, there's a big right hand. Look at the legs. Paul Vaden almost went down. He wobbled, locked his left leg. Nice sweeping right hook.
And now on the move. Ruben Bell says, I'm the harder puncher. He's quicker and a faster fighter, but I'm going to put pressure on him. It may take a few rounds. He'll be running, but I'm going to get him. Very confident 20-year-old Ruben Bell. Now after that shot, he can't get too overconfident, but Ruben Bell does not fear Paul Vaden, does not fear the punching power. There's that left again. Ruben Bell gets Vaden off of him.
He doesn't fear that because he says Paul Vaden doesn't have any punching power. He says, in watching Paul Vaden, I know what he's going to do. He's going to move. No power. He's a stand-up boxer. Ruben Bell says about Paul Vaden. Ruben Bell just wants to walk right through him and unload. And if Paul Vaden stands there and takes it, Bell can do that. Little
slip. It's waved off by veteran referee Tony Perez. 7 seconds to go in the second, and we'll pause for a word from your local cable systems.